Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and this time of the year in WWE, we get some call-ups every once in a while. So we've kind of been teased on the last couple shows that we're going to get a few from a couple different people, and I'm also going to just take a couple wild stabs at some other people that might get the call up, and we'll jump into it. So right off the bat, the person that they've shown the most right now is Javon Evans. So I think he's easily somebody that we could see. I do believe that with the style that he has and like the kind of like thing that he's gone back and forth with different stars on Raw, I think that's kind of where to put him. I think he would definitely thrive there the most, and I think he's like, I would say 100% coming to the main roster. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Next up is Ricky Saints. He kind of feels like he definitely should have got the call up right now. They haven't teased it or said anything. He does kind of have that built-in rivalry with Javon Evans that they still have some unfinished business. I could see them keeping Ricky Saints down there, so I'm going to give this a 50%. But I think, like, I just throw him up in there in Raw. I think they call him up to Raw and have him feud with Javon Evans. And I think also he has a little bit of history with CM Punk. Possibly could also put him on SmackDown because of his history of Cody Rhodes. But I think overall, I think Raw would be a good call up. But I only put it at a 50%. Next up, another big person that they've had on the screen multiple times, so it feels like a call up is almost 100% certain, and I'm going to definitely put it at 100%, is Trick Williams. Trick Williams should obviously be a SmackDown person. There's so many, like, perfect things. Obviously, his fiance is on SmackDown as Lash Legend. That's great for him to get that over there. Carmelo Hayes is on SmackDown. Trick is a heel right now. Carmelo's a face. Automatic rivalry that they've had for years, and ex friendship. They've even last time they teamed up, they had some problems. So all of that just screams perfect for him to put onto SmackDown. That really needs that time. And yeah, SmackDown 100% that I think he's going to be called up. So we'll see how that goes. Next up is Obafemi. We've had a lot of PL or like promos for it. This one's a little interesting because he is a champion currently down in NXT. I could see him vacating it and coming up, but I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult. They've been running the promos on both shows. I think the best case scenario is kind of a 50-50 thing because I do really think that like SmackDown would be a very good spot for him, but I really do want him to win a championship. And I think if you put him on SmackDown, he's going to go right after Carmelo Hayes. And I think they'll pull the trigger on Obafemi at that point. But I feel like if this injury with Dom is legitimate and that he's going to be out for a little bit, he would be the perfect person to take the title off Dom. And even when Dom comes back, and if they want to still put the title back on Dom, that is one hell of a person to beat in Obafemi. So I'm gonna put Obafemi on Raw. I think it's just it fits if depending on other outside forces. I think he's at like a 95% chance he's going to be called up. There's no point of putting those promos on it if not. Next person we get to another 50% chance, I would say, is Sol Ruka. I don't see a lot of the women making the jump up there. I think they went women heavy last year, and the division has kind of had some problems. I mean, Jace could be another person that they look into, but I think Sol might be the most ready to be on the main roster. She should definitely be on SmackDown. There's a lot of open space there where she could have some good matches and should be really in that contention to take the U.S. title off of Chelsea Green, which she's already feuded with and already had an opportunity for. So a rematch could definitely be in the cards. And having an open challenge with Sol Ruka as the person, that's going to be chef's kiss. Next up is Ethan Page, another guy that's at 50-50. I think his age and like his skill level should definitely put him on the main roster, but he's also just so pivotal to NXT. He would be an easy one to put on SmackDown also because of his relationship with Chelsea Green as being tag team partners for the mixed title that's in AAA, so they could have that. And I think overall it's just would be a good call to put him there. Next up is Kalani Jordan. Again, another person that I feel like is maybe at like I'd say maybe 40% chance. She really hasn't done like the main thing down in NXT and win the NXT title, but she's done everything else. And I feel like her character right now is kind of in a roadblock where like she really needs that extra new thing to do, and I think being called up would be a really good idea. And obviously I think you would put her on SmackDown. I mean, you automatically already have the ability to put her with I could see her being with Flash and Nia Jax in that type of group. I think that would work out really well. And I could also see her obviously like with being on SmackDown because Carmelo's there and they're either married or engaged. So again, you can kind of see that when you have like couples and stuff that there's that opportunity. And last but not certainly least, the person newly signed to WWE, Joe Hendry, I think probably is going to get a call up. I think they've been using him on all three shows pretty. Oh, I guess he hasn't gone on Raw yet, but on SmackDown and NXT, he's had some matches. So I really do think that he's kind of in that prime spot to get the call up. I do think with the 3 hour time slot that SmackDown is the call, and having a long term storytelling like feud with The Miz could definitely get him jump started in there. But I just don't think Raw would be a great spot for him. But those are the 7 superstars that I'm thinking, or eight, yeah, 8 superstars. I think Joe Hendry, what did I say, 30%? That's about where I'm thinking. I do think we definitely have the three that are really high up there, and the other five are just possibilities. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below if you guys are excited about any of them, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.